Mr. J.D. Slajchert. J.D. is an Oak Park High School graduate who's become a pinnacle in our community. J.D. is a director of the Luke Strong Foundation, and he is an acclaimed author with 2 and soon-to-be 3 novels published. Please welcome J.D. Slajchert.
Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank Principal Kent Cromwell for the opportunity to come and speak and share this special day with all of you. Principal Cromwell, it's been an honor to part with you and the entire district on countless events these past several years. Getting to know you and all of your amazing students has filled my cup and meant a tremendous amount to me and my family, so thank you. And now I'd like to extend my sincerest congratulations and praise to today's Oak Park Independent School graduating class. Graduates, you all have worked incredibly hard to be here, and what a special moment for all of you, your families, and your loved ones. Make sure to soak this in. Now, as an author, my days are filled with my favorite thing in the world, other than coffee, of course, words. And more specifically than words, quotes. I'm a bit obsessed with quotes, and I actually start each day by writing my favorite quote on the board that sits above my office. So in the spirit of staying true to my own ritual, today I wanted to share with you all the quote that I chose to write down this morning before I came here. The quote comes from one of my favorite authors, Cormac McCarthy, and it simply reads, "Keep a little fire burning, however small, however hidden." 9 words put together that share something that I think is quite magnificent. A wisdom that I've attempted to bottle since I first discovered it, and a vision, I think, for the power that each and every one of us has inside. Now, the story about how I met my little fire is one that began in this school district at Oak Park when I graduated in 2013, so 10 years ago, which is pretty crazy. And I was a basketball player. Basketball was the thing that I identified with, and I was a senior at Oak Park High School, and after one of my high school games, a girl came up to me who I never met before and said, "Hey, my little brother is your biggest fan, and he wants to meet you and play basketball with you." And I sort of looked at her and said, "Sure, you know, I'm a pretty big deal. I'll get around to it when I can." And that was when she actually looked at me and said, "No, it has to happen next week." And so I sort of asked her why, and that was when she said, "Because my little brother is 6 years old, and he has something called sickle cell disease, and the last thing that he wants to do before he has to go into the hospital for a full year of isolation for a bone marrow transplant is meet you and play basketball with you." Now, that following week, I got to meet Luke Bodden, my little fire, and we played a game of basketball, and although he was about half my size, he talked all his trash to me and told me that it was embarrassing I couldn't dunk and all sorts of stuff like that. And he just had this sort of amazing personality and vibrance that really kind of gripped me to him even then. So I told Luke, you know, at the end of this day, I said, "Hey, I want to come and visit you in the hospital, and I want to see you again and check up on you." And he said, "Absolutely." And we took a photo together and we split ways. So staying true to my promise, a few months later, I went down to Children's Hospital Los Angeles to go and see Luke during his year of isolation. When I met Luke's father, Matt, and he explained to me when I arrived that day, "Hey, you know, JD, don't get your hopes up too much. Luke isn't feeling too well. He hasn't gotten out of bed in weeks." So I said, "No problem, of course, you know, I'm just happy to be here to see my biggest fan." But when I walked up to the 4th floor of Children's Hospital Los Angeles and I saw all the other sick little kids there that day, something else really amazing happened. Was when I arrived at Luke's hospital room, I could see in there, before he could see me, and he had a single photo above his hospital bed, and it was the photo of me and him the day we met and played basketball together. And when I then saw Luke, he had this sort of sudden burst of energy, and even though none of us were expecting it, he did get out of bed, walk over to the glass window that separated me and him, and he put his little hand up there to it, and I bent down and put my hand to it, and even though there was about a foot of glass between us, I swear I'd never felt closer to someone in my entire life. And from that moment until Luke's final moment, we became inseparable. So for me, what started off as a small fire became an even bigger one. And over the years, we had some more incredible memories and bonds, and our friendship built and built. And the inspiration of Luke and I became the reason I wrote my very first book, my second book. It's the reason I'm standing here right now, doing the things I'm doing to this day, working for the Luke Strong Foundation. But how it relates to all of you is it is so important for you to take forward your own fire and curiosity for this world. You must search for the things that fuel your own fire, sometimes in the most unlikely of places, sometimes just a little kid who comes up to you after one of your high school basketball games, which you may find out sooner than later is the future you all hold too. You may also, without even knowing it yet, already be someone's fire, someone that may even be here for you today, right now. So I challenge all of you to live on boldly for that person, as I promise I will do for the remainder of my days for Luke. Now, in conclusion, class of 2027, I remind you all that no matter that you all matter more than you know. You're moving forward in your lives with the tools to change the world. And there will be those that as you move forward in life will want to put out your fire, so you must also protect it. You must move through life with an intention and belief that the fire you are building matters and is important, because I'm telling you, it is. Class of 2027, as you move forward and onto your next journey, seek out those that want to fuel your fires with inspiration and hope. Never stop searching, and one day your fires will shine so bright they may light up the entire world. Thank you.